What up? What up? What up, though? In the motherfucking building. All right. Without further ado, let's get to this lesson because I might make this one try to get through it as fast as I possibly can. Like I usually saying, it'd be like 3 hours done went past. But with that being said, Black is the eighth major chakra. I'm going to prove that. People don't look at that. People have been taught the seven major chakras, and I'm going to tell you that it's eight, and I'm going to show you what's hidden within that. The eight major endocrine glands, right? That goes right along with it. Now, we're talking about sacred geometry here. Not only that, we're talking about sacred mystic systems and what we call the chakra system, but we are going to parallel that to the real glands in your body that actually produces this force of energy that we know now as the chakras. So what we gonna do is we gonna first identify the eight major glands that's in the body, right? For the woman, of course, we gonna go from the hold on. You know what? I'm gonna probably show my board. Let me see. Yeah, showing okay. Let me see. All right. Watch what happens in the midst of doing the correct way of what they mean by the because this is a master's class today. Novice, I'm going to be speaking strictly over your head, but y'all can always catch up. You can. But with that being said, 1 through 7 is usually what people assume to count for the chakras, but people don't understand it's actually 0 through 7. And we're talking about digit code here. And in digit code, or the 10-base digit system, this is where everything stems from in terms of what we consider the universal language of mathematics, right? Speaking in numbers, right? And given that, that's the reason why they say 7 chakras, because they want to assume the people to be in God body mode when you are in your 7th chakra, when you're actually not. You're in your crown. And I'm going to show you that simply with this. Because what's hidden is that 8th chakra. And you are not going to be able, because I was going through a little of my notes, and right now we're going to be at a point at quantum thinking. We're going to be thinking that quantum, what's the word for that? I can't think of the word. But we're going to be thinking on a quantum level, put it to you like that. What you're seeing right now is quantum right now. But again, this is for the master class. For the novice, y'all going to have to catch up. Okay, when we're talking about chakras, right? Let's write down the 8 major glands in the body, and then we're going to write down the chakras. All right. Dealing with, because what you don't understand about the crown chakra is just the crown of man. All right. Digits, by way of digits. This is the 8th digit right here. Y'all can see that. I hope y'all can see that. That's an 8. Hold on. Let me do it like this. I'm going to do it just like that. That will read better. That will read a whole lot better. All right. This is for the masters. Master, I'm going to go chakra. And this is for the student chakra. The students want people to think that they in the 7th chakra, which is the God body, which is your so-called crown chakra. But little that they know that crown chakra is actually the crown, the number 6. Because remember, we went over the numbers. The 6 is the crown of man. If anybody wants to question me on it or compete with it or whatever to say the least or go against it, you're more than welcome. But trust me, I know what the hell I'm talking about. And this is absolute truth. The 6 is that crown. All right. Remember, this is hidden. We're going to go here. composite. I'm gonna go, even though that ain't composite, this is man. We know man is head, arm, leg, arm. And this is the crown, man. If you go back on my shit, I have always told you that 6 is the crown of man. I have always told you this. That's the reason why when you going through stages, this is your second stage, to say the least, before you actually can get to completion. But of course, you got an 8 to oscillate back. But with that being said, we just gonna start at composite man, which is head, arms, and legs, and then the crown of man. All right. This is how the endocrine glands go. You got your bear with me, y'all. I'm writing. All right. That's a lot of writing, ladies and gentlemen. Peace and love. Peace and love. Thank y'all for showing up. Linda in the motherfucking building. NJ. Calico Chris, what's going on? What's going on? With that, these are your 8 major glands that corresponds with the 8 major chakras, but they only teach you about 7, but it's really 8. And as you can see to your right, where it says master chakra, because that's for the masters to know that the chakras begin at 0. And I'm going to show you. It begins at 0. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let me put this 7 right here in a circle. All right. All right. Now, they said that, okay, let's pull up. Let's go to screen share right quick. And hold on. Thank y'all for being highly patient with me. The black chakra, meaning and representation. This is, to say the least, a research on, this is allthingsmessage.com. So that's the name of this article. But compare and contrast, let's look at it. This is from, no, not this one, because that ain't talking about it. They just said seeing the black aura. Okay. Okay. Hold on. Because it was other, hold on. There were other, okay. Yeah, now here we go. Yeah, because I knew there were other .coms that bagged this up. Now we in chakrajewel.com. Because a lot of people wear what they call the black stone. It has been said that black is the most understood color. I would have to agree. While it is required for formal occasions, lead and air to sophisticated formulation, blase, splivvy, woo woo. And I'm finna, hold on, let me see. This really don't get off into it. This really don't get off into it. Hold on, let me pull back. This one right here. There it is. The color black is often misunderstood and usually associated with darkness. This is probably due to what is frequently shown in films and other media, right? Where the bad guys are commonly wearing black. The truth is, black holds much more meaning than just being a villain or being the villain. Now, I just wanted to pull that up because y'all can do your own independent research on the black chakra. And what I'm doing, I'm bringing it to the forefront where people are not talking about it. And obviously, even with me researching and pulling it up, it's really not giving actually no detail in what makes the black chakra. And it's obvious. It's obvious. I mean, I don't have to preach to the choir, to say the least. But the reason why people don't know the obvious is because they have been um, looking in another way where by default, this is how it's supposed to work. It's called what's hidden. Hidden to what is slate. And we're going to get off into that word, slate and slight. But we're going to get off into slate is SLEIGHT. We're going to get off into that word. But it's to what is hidden to what's now you coming to your senses. But this right here is the black chakra works by eradicating excess energy that is not needed in your life. It is also protects you from negative energies that impede progress. The black chakra is useful for these situations, feeling of restlessness and inability to focus for long periods of times, fearfulness, identity crisis, breaking a curse, and seeking closure. I mean, those attributes to what is absolute, because black is what's absolute. But these attributes that's coming out of that, you can fit these attributes anywhere. But I'm just showing you that not only Didac is saying what black is a representation of, but Didac is showing you within the chakra system where people do not pay attention to it. It's the eighth chakra by the 10 base digit system, not by what you know as numbers, but by the 10 base digit system. Because if you count what's on the left, let me pull my thing up again. Because if you count what's on the left, you will see that it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 digits on the sixth number. And the one that's to your right, which is the student's chakra, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You got 7 dots to the 7 numbers. Because these dots is more representation than the number. And as you can see from the chakras, from the correct chakras, the 8 chakras, from the 8 glands that these chakras give off, because I'm going to go ahead and pull that chakra chart up also. These chakras start from the 0, right? You are from your mother's ovaries, which is the ovary gland, and the other half is from the man, which is the testicle gland. So that in terms is 1. Then you got the adrenal gland. Let me know. Ooh. All right. Let me go ahead and share screen again. Yeah, this is only for masters, y'all. If you're not a master, you do not belong here. You don't, in terms of that, unless you are willing to learn. If you're willing to learn, then you can be here. All right, do y'all see my share screen? Let me go ahead and blow this whole thing up, though. All right. Let's go back. Now let's blow that up. The parathyroid gland is what they call the thymus. That's the thymus gland. See, the thymus and the thyroid is both your heart and your heart and throat chakra, if I'm saying that right. Let me see that I'm saying that correct. Yeah, your throat and your heart chakra. Your heart chakra is your thymus gland, and your throat chakra is the thyroid. But when you read it right here, it's the parathyroid, which is your thymus. That is your heart chakra. Then your thyroid is, of course, your throat chakra. You got your heart chakra, which is the thymus, right? Let me see if I can blow that up. Okay, yeah, I can, but I don't want to blow it up too big. But your heart chakra is the thymus, and your thyroid is the throat chakra. Your third eye chakra is your pineal gland, your hypothalamus, and your pituitary. What's supposed to sit on top of your head is the crown, which you're supposed to be glowing, right? You're supposed to be at God body, but in the students chakra system, you think you in God body, but what you actually do have is just your crown on your head. Because to say the least, everything is earned, but once you go to 5 to 6, it's not complete. Like I said, a lot of people stop at God body at the 7. They will stop there. And this chakra system that I'm showing you that the people are under, if there was a such thing as a spell being cast, you are cast under the spell under the chakra system. And I'm here to tell you that it's 8 chakras, that the major chakras, because it's way more than 8, but the major chakras are 8 chakras before you start realizing that there are more chakras, right? I'm not going to make you go through, I'm not going to go through the rigmarole of showing you these other chakras. We're just going to stick with the major 8 here. Now, again, your testes, right? Your pancreas, let's go to see. I need to find a way where I can do that other shit that. Let me see. Because this is going to be a problem for me showing you the charts, going back and forth with the charts. But let's do this. Root chakra is your ovaries, right? The sacral chakra is your adrenal gland. Your solar plexus is your pancreas. Your heart chakra is your thymus. Your throat chakra is your thyroid. Your third eye chakra is your hypothalamus, your pituitary, and your pineal. Your crown chakra is supposed to be your radiation, how you resonate, how you give off your energy. And for most people, you are going to be crowned almost by default after you go through your head, arms, and legs. After you go through your head, arms, and legs, 9 times out of 10 by default, you will probably be crowned, but you are stuck in the crown. So some people who think they in the crown chakra is in the God body. No, you just in the crown, period. Because if you look at my chart again, the masters chart, hold on. When you look at my chart again, the chart that's to your left, which is the master's chart, that shows you that you got 8 true chakras. And we just showed you the 8 glands that it goes through. So again, what we have here is a gross misrepresentation on what people assume to be the 7 chakras when it's not 7. It is actually 8. And the 8th chakra is the black chakra. When those 7 do come together, those 7 colors, considering out of the 3 primes and the 4 corners or the 4 concepts and what the 3 primes can represent, right? Because we talked about primes and composites now. And these are 3 prime colors, which is your red, right? Which is your lower chakra, your blue, which is supposed to be your highest chakra, right? And your yellow, which you're supposed to emulate, because there's no such thing as a yellow chakra in here. The solar plexus is not yellow. Well, according to this, I guess it is yellow. Let me see. Let me see if it's yellow. Let me see. Yeah, it is yellow. I'm sorry. There we go. We can correct ourselves with the iodide, so we can't correct ourselves. But with that being said, the yellow chakra here, this is I guess the plexus, the center chakra. And with that being said, my correction about not having a yellow chakra, because yellow is one of the primary colors. It's yellow, blue, and red. So being yellow that it is, yellow is in the middle. When you combine all these colors together, of course you're going to get what is black. That's what you emulating. That is your light. That is your aura that you're supposed to push off. You're supposed to push off that type of force. That type of force creates diamonds out of nothing. That pressure creates moldings and ceramics, right? Because this is how we move about every day as people. Um, we put pressure on things for it to come to fruition. Um, and you have to understand that the light that produces the most pressure is that black light. The most, the chakra that produces the most pressure is that eighth chakra. The eighth chakra is that black chakra. And I just proved it here, not only in anatomy, where I showed you where your adrenal gland is. Let's get back to that. 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 So you can see exactly what is what again. Can y'all see that? Let me know. I'm not sharing screen. Let me share my screen. All right. Weezy 365. What's up? Glad you can show up. Now check it out. What people don't know about the kidneys, the kidneys is a part of the adrenal gland family. So the reason why kidneys is really not covered, hold on. Yeah, the reason why the kidneys is really not covered in the major gland system is that because of the adrenal. The adrenal gland is the motherfucking um kidney. Because you can see here to the right what's written versus this illustration, which I'm finna rid of because it got the word liver in it. People will probably mistaken that. See that's the real. Well, actually, no, that's not. Let me pull back. God damn, what just happened? Wow, this mug is funny. Hold on, let me go to images. All right. All right, I'm gonna tell you to. I'm gonna go to this one again. Just ignore the word kidney. All right. Your testes or the woman's ovaries is the red chakra. That's that bottom chakra. That's that zero. This is where shit comes from. If there was a such thing as people call it ground zero, and as a matter of fact, somebody's using zero already, and I'm not going to fucking say the name, but zero starts off your chakra. But most people will start that off as one. But the masters know that it's zero. Your adrenal gland, which is a part of your kidneys, right? That gland is called the sacral chakra. Let me see what color that is. Hold on. 1 second. One second, y'all. I am so glad that y'all sticking with me on this because trust me, I got it all written down. These strings right here, I know I realize that when I'm doing these motherfuckers like this, it's crazy. All right, check it out. Now, your sacral chakra is your orange chakra. According to the color chart, it's your orange chakra. That is your kidneys. Right? Your solar, which is your yellow, right? That's your pancreas. That's your yellow chakra. That's the pancreas. Your green chakra is in your thymus. That's your green chakra, your heart chakra. Your throat chakra, which is the blue chakra, right, is your thyroid gland. That's your thyroid, right? Your third eye chakra is all three of these glands, which is the eight. Follow me? You have your trinity. You have your trinity in your in the six when you are in the master's side. But your trinity, which would be in your seven, which will give you a false sense of God body, that's the left side of this column that I'm going to show you again. Let me get back to the column because I got to go back and forth. Okay, the one that's on the right, that is the student. So when you see these 7 chakras that I just named off, those 7 chakras will have a misrepresentation in terms of that. Whereas over to the left side, which is the true representation of the 7 chakras. Because if you look at number 4, 5, and 6 on your left-hand side, you will understand that those, given the fact that that's your true trinity of the chakras, that is your pineal, pituitary, and hypothalamus. And then that 7th chakra, which is truly your God body, is that 8th chakra. The 7th number is your 8th chakra. I'm going to say that again. Your 7th number is your 8th chakra. As you go by the 10 digit base system, or the 10 base digit system, this is, let's go here. This is because we are doing quantum thinking. 1, 2, 3, 4. So when you actually trying to look at it in the student's point of view, we're just gonna put we're gonna put student. Even when you're looking at it in a student point of view, right? You will stop at the crown, thinking you in God body, but you're not in God body. So you're not illuminating all the 7 chakras. When you're illuminating all 7 chakras, you are now in the black. That's the reason why the major 8 chakra is the black chakra. But they ain't going to tell you this because they want you to hate black. They want you to think that black is so bad that anything associated with it, they don't want nothing to do with it. When this black is where everything is at in terms of what you thinking is coming into fruition, right? The greatest light that is out there is your darkness. Everybody think it's the sunlight, but it's not. It's your darkness. And with that being said, and that's your first form of light. When you're looking at the chakras as a master, to look at the chakras, it's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And when you go into your 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, you'll realize that when they're talking about your third eye chakra, when they're talking about the third eye chakra, you have to understand what they talking about. Let's flow through them. Again, the testes is the root chakra. The sacral is the adrenal chakra. The solar plexus chakra. Hold on, we're going to go first. I'm going to say glands and then I'm going to say chakras. All right. Testes or ovary glands is the root chakra, which is your 0. Pancreas gland, no, adrenal gland is your sacral chakra. Your pancreas gland is your solar chakra. Your thymus gland is your heart chakra. Your thyroid gland is your throat chakra. You got your heart, which is your thymus, and you got your throat, which is your pineal gland. I mean, not pineal gland, thyroid gland. And then your third eye chakra, I'm saying, damn, I need to stop saying that backwards, dude. Hold on, let me do this. So I would stop confusing y'all. This is how you spell throat. I think that's how you spell throat. And this is heart. If I spell throat wrong, I'm gonna look it up and respell it. Throat. This is solar. This is sac. And this is root. And this is your can y'all see that? So outside of all of this, your eighth chakra comes in that. And I'm going to just write it down here. Let me make sure I spell illumination right. It's illuminate, vibrate, and oscillate. Let me see. I know I'm spelling them wrong. Let me get back. Let me get these correctly spelled. 1 second. My fault for that dilemma, y'all. I had to do some spell checking. And with that being said, this is what the eighth chakra is the black chakra. The black chakra is illumination, vibration, and oscillation. I told y'all about the eight before in the Agdad and what it does within the 10-digit number system when it's explaining life in itself. When you explaining the creation story, when you explaining how people interact with each other, you can explain it all through the numbers. But most people don't know how to explain it through the numbers. It frustrates them, so they'll give it up. They only will pick and choose when they think the number system applies to them. But little that they know in their everyday life, these numbers apply. So when we're talking about the eighth chakra, this is the black chakra. This is the illumination. This is what they consider to really be the crown chakra within the so-called seven chakras. Because within the seven chakras, you only going through the crown of man. So it's safe to say and assume that you are actually crowned with this aura of chakra or with this aura that's around you. Little that you know that that chakra binds you only into the crown of man. So when you're thinking of crown chakra, you are not illuminating, you're not oscillating, you're not vibrating, you're not at a quantum level of thought because you are stuck in what we would consider to be in the crown. Just to say the least, if you did find your God body within the chakra system, you still find yourself stuck because you don't know how to oscillate to the eight when it just come down to the regular way. But what we talking about is chakras here. and emanating energy and what the chakra system mean, right? When we're talking about the Kabbalah and all that shit, those religious hints that go with it and shit, to say the least, the dogma, the bullshit, it comes right along with it. But I'm not here to talk about that. I'm here to talk about the real sacred geometry in which your glands operate in the system, which help the mystics build what we know as the chakra system, using a color code to explain the chakra system in terms of if there was a such thing as the energy that these colors are given off, which are all dark colors up to the point where you do got your bright within what you call yellow, which is a prime color. But all the other colors is dark, right? Dark being the first form of light. That's the reason why red and blue is so important. Those are dark colors. Those are not bright colors. Those are dark colors. And with that being said, when this color system was made, it was made in a form of fashion to match up with our major glands in our body. And some people do not subscribe to what they call science, because some people hate science, and them hating science, when this has been explained in terms of what glands in your body are responsible for what goes on outside of your body, this is where it falls on deaf ears in terms of when you are trying to explain the real system behind chakras, right? Even with the application of this, when I told people that, of course, I'm a horticulturist and I have to test water to make sure it's pH balanced, in that the solution to test to see if the colors is going to show up faint, what we call light colors, in terms of the yellow gold that we really search for, because gold is a light color. Guess what that solution is? That solution is dark. For the chemical reaction to take place to find out exactly where the pH is, that pH tester contains chemicals in it that reacts with certain acids and certain alkalines to give it its color, rather if it's going to be dark, highly alkaline, or it's going to be red, highly acid. Those two colors are dark. And then when you put it into the water, which is clear, it's going to turn a color. And the color that you all usually look for is the golden color, right? And then that golden ratio, that golden color, no, straight up yellow. They want a yellow or gold. And in that color, I'm using gold loosely because people can identify with gold. But gold is not a color. It's a metal, ladies and gentlemen. It's not a color. But since we identify as gold as a color, I'm going to say it's a color. But that's what you have to find within the ratio when you are growing your plants at an optimum level. If you want your roots to soak up the nutrients at an optimum level, your pH level on your water and color code needs to be gold or yellow. But coming from that color is a dark color indicator. The indicator is a dark black. It almost looked like it's a whole bunch of colors mixed into one, which it is. It's all the colors in the color spectrum mixed into one. And what it does, it reacts to the acids and the motherfucking the alkaline, just like how black reacts with the whole entire world when gases are burning, right? We're going to be talking about noble gases, right? Because neon is a noble gas, right? And in that neon, that illuminates. And most whiteboard marker sets do not come with yellow, but they come with neon because of the contrast that's on the board being white, because white and yellow would tend to offset. The white will offset the yellow. It would be hard to identify or see it with the eye, to say the least, but you'll be able to see it. So what they did, they added a gas called neon to make it stand out and glow within the contrast that is almost sharing the same contrast. Because you would consider white to be bright. Yellow is bright also. So if you put a bright color behind a bright contrast, it's hard to see that. You always need a darker contrast. That's the reason why black is your eighth chakra. If you did not have that black chakra, you wouldn't be able to see your blue, your green, your yellow. You wouldn't be able to see none of these colors if you did not have a black aura shining. But these people have you thinking that black is bad. Black is bad luck. So your mind to get it out is kind of stuck, right? Now, this is what happens. This is what happens. Because what's in the midst is this. You want to know what's in front of you. But in order to know what's in front of you, you got to know what's behind you. But you will never know what's behind you because you would never go back. You've always been taught not to look back. Hold on for a second. Like I said, you was always told not to look back. So when you are at the point of thinking that you have a hold on things, and when you think you are at the point of completion, when you're going from your number 9 to your number 10, that zero that's in front of you, you still wouldn't understand it, even though you now sense it. And what I mean by sense it, I'm talking about using all 5 of your senses, your hearing, your touching, because some people may be void of a sense. So you just can't say it ain't what you see because some people are blind. So you got to be sensitive, which is another word dealing with senses here. And I'm trying to be that way. So let's look at this in a manner of intelligence now. All right. Now, when you are on your journey through life, a lot of times people would tell you that don't look back, blase splivy woo woo, because there is hidden mystic ways of life that most people don't understand, and most people don't want to know how it works. They just want to know that it works. That's the reason why the word slight is applicable here. Because what happens is this: those who have went back to master what was hidden to what they can bring into fruition right now, they can use the slight. What is slight? Let's look that word up. What is slight? Again, you dealing with the 8. You dealing with the Agda. You dealing with the Agda. Let me go ahead and put my screen up. See, when you dealing with Didac, you dealing with the Agda. It's not spelt like that by coincidence, nor by consequence. This has a purpose, and it's serving its purpose. Don't think it's deceitful with craftiness, because most people will assume that that word slight stands for that when it don't. This what it stands for: skill and dexterity, an artifice, a stratagem, cunning, and craft. That's the true definition of sleight. The only way you can get that if you go back and find out what is hidden. Because what you're going to do, you're going to put that zero, because the zero behind you is what's hidden. Most people do not care about what's that zero behind them. Remember, we talking about to the left, to the right, from the front to the back. We're talking about polarity here. We also talking about hardware soft, or hard and soft, right? We're talking about polarity here. So what's in the back of you is it's going to be what's in front of you, but you would never know what's in front of you because you'll never know what it is in front of you. So people can pull the sleight on you, or what they call the sleight of hand. They can use skill and dexterity. They can use stratagem. They can be cunning and crafty. Sounds like a person that we know, because he uses this shit because he know what's hidden, because he's been groomed to be knowing what's hidden. But trust me, that nigga got handlers. But with that being said, they using this formula, and I'm showing you how you can see it, break it down, recognize it. If you come to converse with it or conversate with it, you will be prepared for the opportunity to either take advantage of the situation or disadvantage. Is up to you. But with that being said, when you look at the zero, because this is what the masters do. The masters look at the zero. The zero is what's hidden when it comes to in front of you, which is in the 10 base system, because most people count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They don't worry about the zero until it's in front of them. And when they do, they get mad at it and they become lost in the fucking sauce in terms of what they think is students' numbers versus masters' numbers, or the subordinates versus the bosses, because it has to be like that. The followers versus the leaders. It's not a whole different set, but it's a whole different way of looking at the set of numbers. Because everybody knows you start from zero going on up, right? Even the novice, like a Sir Drop, even he understands that from 0 to 9, everything repeats itself, right? Considering the fact, that means that the novice understands that, but you got to know why it does that. And then you got to build a system off of which that is reason why it does that. Because like I said, when I was having this conversation about digitally rooting down, they got mixed up in the head to what I was talking about, because they so used to gematria. That's what they used to. So in the midst of me explaining what was digital rooting, it got lost in the translation because they don't understand the real system. So they are not vibrating. They are moving at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So when that 1 is in front of that 0, that's when they are concerned with the 0. Other than that, the 0, 1 through 9, they're not concerned. In the 10, because we are a 10-digit base system, period, point blank. No way around it. All the way around the board, we are a 10 base digit system, period. So with that being said, when you're looking at the chakras, what I just showed you here, the root chakra, which can be your number 1, sacral number 2, solar number 3, heart number 4, thought number 5, third eye number 6, right? And number 7 will be your crown. It will be your crown, your aura. It's not a gland. It's all of them supposed to be in harmonious working to give you your 7th crown or your 7th chakra. Everything that is above mentioned, these are your glands that's supposed to be going to work. Your ovary, testes gland, your adrenal, your pancreas, your thymus, your thyroid, your pineal, your pituitary, and your hypothalamus will all give you your seventh chakra. All these chakras put together is supposed to give you your seventh chakra. That's what they want you to think. But it is 7 chakras that comes together to give you your eighth. It's 8 major chakras. They is not going to tell you about that because why? It is what is hidden. That's the reason why most people start off as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 instead of 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Because if you start off at 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, that gives you your 8 digits. Remember, we are a 10 base digit system. And given that, when your 8 is actually your chakra, that when all chakras come together, when all 7 chakras come together, now it gives you your 8. Let me write these numbers down on the 8 so you won't get mixed up. So when you looking at your third eye chakra, which consists of those 3 glands, to get to your illuminating chakra or your 8th chakra, which is illumination, vibration, and oscillation, you will have to go to the master side of the chakras from 0 through 7. When you go through those 0 through 7, matching up with your 8 glands, then you can have your 8th chakra, which is your black chakra, which is your illumination, your vibration, and oscillation. This is when all 7 of your chakras are working together, or all 8 of your fucking glands working together. When all of these is working together, it gives you your 8th chakra. So you really have 8 major chakras and not 7. So with that aside, I wanted to get your attention towards this. For those who subscribe to Only Gematria, remember I told you about the 4 applications. We're just gonna dive off into one application, right? And other than adding to get to your digital root, we fit a multiply to get to our digital root. And what do these digital roots mean? And when you are doing digital roots in a higher level, now you are operating at quantum computing or quantum activity, figuring out in times of quantum. All right. I hope I won't lose y'all here, but we're going to do it just like this. Let me go ahead to my board and show you the formula in which you have to come up with the answer. This is going off the board, y'all. All right. Where's my black marker? All right, let's do it like this. Right? And we're going to go like I said, people don't worry about the zero when it's to the left. People do not worry about it. Zero to the right, they do. But what happens is this. This is what's hidden. If you don't know that, how would you know what's in front of you? You're going to have a sense of it. You're going to smell it. You're going to taste it. You're going to feel it. You're going to hear it. And you're going to see it, right? Given those five senses, you're going to sense it. But it's still not sensed to you. In other words, it's going to be slight to you. You is not going to know the full fruition of what is hidden. You're going to know the gist of it. That's it. It's just like how, because I'm going to show you, Sir Drop, that you by default can figure out the fact that 0 through 9 and all the numbers repeat from that point. A dummy can figure that out. But what we finna do is show you quantum computing, nigga, as a human being. They feed these into the computer so the computer can figure out the world. So we're going to figure out the world manually. We finna do it manually. All right? With that being said, when you use a multiplication in your digital root, you're really actually giving it degrees in the 10 base digit system. You're really finding out your degrees. Okay, what digital rooting does in terms of what you're thinking and with the addition will break it down to its class of the 0 through 9 digits. 0 through 9 is a 10-digit code system. With that being said, when you're doing addition to digitally root down, this is what you're looking for. You're looking for that base 10. But when you use a multiplication, now you're on a higher level of math where now degrees are starting to play in. And when you're playing with degrees, you're playing with angles. When you're playing with angles, you're actually playing with quantum computing and quantum physics, quantum biology, quantum mathematics. You're just dealing with quantum, period. And I'm going to show you in your multiplication how you're dealing with quantum. You understand what I'm saying? So it's as simple as this. Let me see if I can squeeze it all on this board, but I doubt it. But I'm going to see if I can. I'm going to put it up here. Let me say right here, 1 times 2 equals 3 times. Oh, my fault. There I go. I'm starting off wrong already. Yeah. Starting off wrong already. Here we go. 1 times 2 equals 3. Damn, I don't know why I keep hitting 3. Equals 2 times 3 equals 6 times 4 equals 24. In your base 4, this is where it stops. Your 2 primes, your first dimension, which is your 3 dimension for which you're going to be built on. You're going to be built on the 3 dimensions. That's why that 3 comes. That's your second prime. And then your first composite. This is your base in terms of your four corners. From this point, it gets not complicated but simplified. Watch how this go. 24, right? Then we're going to go here. No, we're going to do it in a different color so we can see it. I'm showing you the oscillation of the 8th chakra, which is the black chakra. I'm showing you what the 8th chakra will reveal to you if you allow it to resonate with you, because black is not bad. I don't know why y'all think black is bad. When you put all your chakras together, what color you think you resonate at? How do you think anything come into contrast? Right now, I'm putting bold, dark colors on this white, bright board. Anyway. What's going to be in the red? It's all degrees. Hold on. That's wrong. That's supposed to be times 6. These are all degrees. Ooh. I'm going to put right here and go times 10 equals 3,628,800. Can y'all see that? Hope so. We quantum computing here. Now, what we know in complete, when you complete a total revolution, you will come to a realization that life can be, we're going to say what you want to make it, right? But you do got sayings like what goes around comes around, right? 360 degrees you revolve, right? Since we know that, do y'all see those numbers on top? Yeah, y'all can see them. The red numbers represent the degrees. This just represents the steps that it goes through. So we're going to go circle 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Here's your 10-digit, digitally broken down by using multiplications. And when you use the multiplications, you'll find out that it's broken down in degrees. 120 is a 5% lessons. 120 degrees is a quarter of a circle. No, it's 1/3 of a circle. 90, 180, 270, 0, or 360. So 120 about right here. This is like 120 right here. So not only that you have a quarter, but you have a quarter of a quarter, which can make it a third. And with that, that is a special degree in supreme mathematics, 120 degrees. Then you got 720. We all know what 720 is. That's two 360s put together, right? Right. Then for number 7, you got 540. Do you know that is 14 times the resolution that you do in order to achieve that number? So if you do 14, which is 4, and multiplication breakdown, which gives you your 4 corners, but even if you want to do it with addition, which gives you your 5, which is man, remember, you got to be, the 4 comes before the 5. So when the first composite is built, that's when man can come stand on it. Now he can come stand on his 4 squares. So I'm just doing this for drop. And after this, I'm probably going to go ahead and put this up. Let me look at my chat right quick. Oh, for sure, for sure. What's good, Mind's Eye? What's good? What's good? But with that being said, when you look at 5,040, when you take 360 and divide it by that, it's 14 times that you got to go around 360 degrees 14 times to get that degree. With the next degree, which is 40,000 or 40,320 degrees, you got a resolute 112 times. We all know the significant number of 112. Again, when you're doing gematria and doing adding, that goes back to 4. Now, if you're doing if you're doing multiplication, again, 1 times 1 is 1 times 2 is 2, right? Given the fact that that's what it comes down to. But when you're doing gematria in addition, it comes to the 4. 4 and 2, because remember, this right here is 8. Let me go ahead and show y'all that. Because this is the Ogdod before it starting off. Because look, everything is rooted down. You can't do these no more. This is your only double number that you have to do. And in that double number, 2 times 4 is 8. That's the reason why the Ogdod explains the creation. It explains life. It's complicated, it's complex, but it does explain it. I can't tell you it's simple because this shit is not simple at all. This shit is not simple at all. Now, given the degrees, right? Now we up to 362,880, which is you resolute 1,008 times with that one. With the 3 million, because you just taking that and you just times it by 10, which gives you put your places in the millions. Because remember, we're talking about 10 base. You only word to the number that's into the right of you. But anyway, it's 3,628,800. When you resolute on that is 10,080 times that you resolute in a 360 motion to get 3,628,800 degrees. When you doing your now breaking down to what we call Rooting. Now we finna root this. Let me move this out of the way right quick. Now we finna root this. Not only that I showed you the degrees, but I'm finna show you everything in multiplication up to this 24 is this. Ah, you thought it was going to be a motherfucking number there, didn't you, nigga? I guaranteed you, your motherfucking ass thought it was going to be something extravagant up there. I guaranteed you that. 1 times 2 is what? 2 times 0 is what? 0, right? Quantum fucking physics. But let's do this for the sake of you. Let's do this for the sake of all the people who consider themselves to be master mathematicians. And let's get rid of the 0. If we get rid of the zeros, if we finna do some straight up, we finna do some straight up math here. Ooh, y'all ain't ready. That's 2. Remember, we was talking about resolutions. Remember, we were talking about resolutions now. Remember, we were talking about resolutions now. Remember, we was talking about resolutions. Hold on 1 second, y'all. One second. Remember what we doing here. All right. Oh yeah, I you know, I'm always making sure my math is right. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yep, and I got that all figured out. 2 times 3. Hold on. Here we go. Clear out. I'm clearing out. 2. Remember, these don't count. This and this is the same number. This number 3,600. This number is the same as this number 36288. 36288. See the digital code. See the code that's coming in. The synchronicity. All right. Remember, the 0 is canceled. This is 24. Let's do this. Let's do this. Remember, we all digitally rooted down. This is already digitally rooted. So you don't got to put nothing behind that. This coming from the 120 degree lesson. It ain't lesson, but from the 120 degree. 1 times 4 is what? 4. So that's totally reduced. 2 times 0 is what? 0. Totally reduced. Hey, hey, where's your 369 at, dog? And I'm telling you all day, this is the odd die. This is, those zeros are interchangeable. Do you know what quantum physics is? I don't think people know what quantum physics is, or quantum computing. At that, to be more simpler, I don't think people know what quantum computing is. Because if you do what quantum computing was, you know that this is what it is right here, what I'm showing you. There you have it. The simplest way you can break it down: 1 times 2 times 3 times 4 times 5 times 6 times 7 times 8 times 9 times 10. And what I showed you in students math, not master's math, we're going to do that a little bit later. Not today, though, but we're going to do it later on. But with master's students math, I just showed you how you can break the multiplication digital rooting down, because it just shows you degrees in which you operate in terms that thereof. Because whether you know it or not, you operate in degrees. And I can point you at any angle with these degrees. I did it for you in terms of quantum physics, and I also did it for you in canceling out the quantum, which is the whole number, which is the zero. And what I did is that I satisfied the inquiring mind on how to do this mathematics and how you come up with the 8 and how you come up with the odd die. You divide it by your full rotation that you would take in life. You will want to make a full circle. So 360 degrees divided by everything that is going up there, because of course you are using the 4 applications, and I'm showing you how to use them. Not only that I can use this in gematria, which is very easy, but I'm showing you in division and in multiplication. And multiplication will give you your digital root in your degrees. So when I showed you the seventh time, or on the 7th number, when you're dealing with the degrees, it's 5,040, meaning that 1 times 2 times 3 times 4 times 5 times 6 times 7 in your God body will give you 5,040 degrees. And then that 5,040 degrees is broken down to 20. And that 20 is broken down to 2, which is your first prime, giving your polarization, giving you your up and down, left and right, soft and hard, good and bad, giving you that. That's the reason why you haven't reached the oscillation until you reach the 8. And in the 8th degree, or in the 8th number, it gives you 40,320 degrees. When you do your mathematical degree, it breaks down to 24. And then you go 2 times 4, which gives you your 8, which is your Ogdad. And it is your Ogdad from that point forward. Because remember, 9 and 10, I got those both under the same number because they are the same number. They are the same number. And that's how you know that these are the degrees. And when you're doing quantum computing, you would know that it would take 112 times to resolute to get these degrees. What is 112? Let's look at that. That number again, very, very important. Because when you look at that number 112, the 112 times you got to turn in order to get 40,320 degrees. Again, if you want to use gematria in it, you can, but we're using degree breakdown in terms of multiplication, and we're using multiplication again that's dealing with polarization. It's dealing with polarization. And then the next one is 8. And then the next one is 8 because it's 1 times 8 is 8. 1 times 1 is 8. And when you break those down, even in the digital routing that I showed you, when you break it down, it's all 8. You got to go around 1,008 times to get 362,880 degrees. I'm going to say that again. You have to resolute 1,008 times to get 362,880 degrees. When you're doing your multiplication, of course, when you're breaking those down in degrees, that is 8. 8. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 3 is what? 6. 6 times 4 is what? 24. 24. 2 times 4 is what? 8. So when you're looking at your whole entire system that's broken down, even when you start from the base 4, 1 times 2 equals 2. 2 times 3 equals 3. 1 times 2 equals 2. 2 times 3 equals 6. 6 times 4 equals 24. And it stops there before you start getting off into high degrees. Your next high degree, which is in your 5th degree, is 120. Again, when you go on 1 times 2 is 2. 7 times 4 is 14, though. And that 14 is significant because you got to go around. This is on your 6th number now. 7 times 2 is 14, not 5 times 4, because 5 times 4 is 20. But to achieve 5,040 degrees, which I'm showing you is 5 times 4, but to achieve 5,040 degrees, you got to resolute 14 times. That's the reason why your 720 by multiplication in digital routing is 14. See, these numbers are significant and they plays a purpose. But what people want you to misunderstand is the message that's behind this. So, Sir Drop, I just got finished illustrating a digital root broken down by multiplication and not addition. Because if I wish to do addition, that number will add up to 55. All day, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8 plus 9 is 55. When you get to 9, it's 45. Plus 10 more is 55. When you're going from 0 to 9, it's 45, though. So when you're doing your digital routing, 55 is 1. So that's only a direct connection. But you got 0 through 9, which is a 45, 9. That 9 is to complete in terms of you knowing how to oscillate. Because once you learn how to oscillate, then you complete yourself. So 4 plus 5 is 9. So when you got the 0 through 9, so you go 0 plus 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 on up to 9, you have 45. Versus 1 through 10, which you got 55. When you digitally root those down by using addition, you got 5 plus 5 equals 10. 10, 1 plus 0 equals 1. And then you got 45. 4 plus 5 equals 9, period. So you got to know why 369 exists. Don't tell us it is there. We all know it's there. But we want to know how it came about. It's just like a baby being born. We all know that babies come out of the woman's pussy. But how does that work? How does the woman actually produce the baby within inside her womb? This is the questions that we want to know. We know that a baby comes out. So we know that 369 is important, but we want to know how did you come to that conclusion? Because when it comes down to it, you can't explain it. And I can. And when I do, it gets disrupted and falls on deaf ears. But again, this is a master's class. It was simple and sweet. I went for an hour and 40 minutes. I thought I wasn't going to be able to squeeze that up in there that quick. But I'm so glad that y'all showed up. For the people, I'm going to call out my chat room as much activity that I had in here. What's good? Linda, NJ, peace and love. Calico Chris, what up, though? Weezian 365, glad you can show up. Mind's Eye in the motherfucking building. But with that being said, this was simple. First, I illustrated the 8 major endocrine glands that controls what we know in the mystic talk or the occult talk of the chakras. And what I wanted to point out is that we are missing a major chakra, and that is the 8th chakra, the black chakra. And because most of us is missing it, I'm a master, so I'm trying to teach you how to get it. Since most of us is missing that chakra, it's easy for people who know a little better to pull the wool over the eye of people who don't, because there's a lot of people who don't know about the 8th chakra and it being the black chakra. So I'm here to teach. If not, I'm rewriting the alma mater. I know I'm not the only person who knows this and thinks like this. So with that being said, through my due diligent research, I come to find out that there is a black chakra that people do not account for, and it's when all 7 chakras come together. So when you look at all 7 chakras, such as, let me read them all. You got your root chakra, right? You got your sacral chakra. You got your solar chakra. You got your heart chakra. You got your throat chakra. You got your third eye chakra, and then you got your crown chakra. When all of these come together, that's when you actually get your 8th chakra, which is really your crown chakra. But people who follow the false teachings of the 1 through 7 and not the 0 through 7, you will never get to the 8th chakra, because the 8th chakra is the 0, as it was also written in binary code in the computer. I'm going to show you this, and then I am going to finish. Let me see if I can pull it up. Let me see if I can pull it up. Let me see if I can pull it up. Let me see if I can pull it up. Yep, here it goes right here. Wham. Right up on it. Let me see. Hold on. Because it's called an octet. It's called an octet, but it's 0 through 7 as it computes. Let me find it. I'm going to find it. Trust me. Hold on, because it look like it's trying to become elusive here. I've been shit been hiding from me lately. Hold on. See the 360 up in there, the 32-bit 360 systems. See, I'm trying to show you. 8 times 3 is 24. Hold on, let me. I don't know. Is it in details? Let me see. Let me see if I could just put it in here. Let me see. Let's see if it pops up with that. It goes back to that. Okay, I think it's in here. Hold on. There we go. God damn it. Think I found your ass. Let me see. Because 8 bits equals up to 1 byte. Here we go. I found it. Wow. Here we go. All right, let me see if my screen is sharing. It's sharing. I don't got to blow it up that big. But a byte. The byte is a unit of digital information. Remember, we were just going over digits here. The most common consistent is 8 bits. Remember, we were just talking about 8 bits. All right. Historically, the byte was the number of bits used to encode a single character of text in a computer. How me and you interface, whether if it's software or hardware, this is what's taking place. This is how much it takes for us to come up with a letter, how we communicate, to even say shit and shit to come out of our voice. All right. As for this reason, it is the smallest addressable unit of memory. It's the smallest unit of memory. If you're not operating at an 8-bit or 1 byte of memory, then you are fucked in the world. Okay. In many computer architectures, or even in the human brain computer architecture, in the human architecture, how the body is built, if your memory cannot expand past 8 bits, you are a dumb motherfucker, or 8 bytes. To disambiguate arbitrarily sizes of bytes for the most common 8-byte definition, network protocol documents such as the Internet Protocol. This is consensus of people figure out if you want to talk. This is the code. This is the encoding that we go by. It refers to as the 8-byte as a octet. Remember, we were just looking into that definition, but it wasn't giving you the definition I wanted to give you. This is where it gets important. Listen now. These bytes in an octet are usually counted with the numbering from 0 to 7, or 7 to 0, which is quantum computing. On the bit indius, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that word wrong. The first byte is the number 0, making the 8-byte number 7. So when you're doing master mathematics to come up with the architecture in order for you to communicate, you are building it from 0 to fucking 9. It's not from 1 to 10, but most people build shit from 1 to 10. And because of that, they will never understand how the chakras work with the 8 motherfucking glands in your body, the 8 major glands that's in your body. And when you are operating at that, that's when you become to your 8th chakra, which is the black chakra, the chakra of isolation, illumination, and vibration. And remember, Dak told you this. And what I'm going to do, I am going to end this stream on that. I don't want to give too much away at one time. It's a lot that I do want to teach on this. And with that being said, just to let you know, to try to get ahead of it, right? The 8th chakra is the black chakra. Stop being afraid of black, period. Fuck the word. Stop being afraid of its power and its mystique and its motherfucking illumination, its glow. Stop being afraid of that shit. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and end this stream. I'm glad that y'all showed up and showed out. Thank y'all very much. And I'll see y'all next time.